guys, this is Rurouni K95 here, and welcome to the 2022 edition of my DVD and Blu-ray collection library video series. Okay, so in this Halloween season, basically, I wanted to showcasing you on this one. We're going into the category in the 80s, especially in movies, TV shows, and there's also some anime on there as well. We're going to be showcasing these ones as well from what I wanted to do, which I haven't thought of doing one before, which I probably should have done, which I forgot to do one, because I haven't done a video like this one in a while, because I forgot to do it as well. Well, now you know better, because Halloween is coming up, that's why, from what I think of it as well, of how I wanted to come by for this, to do a video like this for that. In case you're wondering why, because Halloween's coming up. So, let's dive right into this today on the Physical Media Video Library series. Welcome back, and today I wanted to do a video like this one particularly well because I wanted to do this up in case you're wondering the fact, basically, just in case before Halloween is in like 2 more weeks though, because I know it's October, so I'm going to do showcasing some genres on there in the horror ones. There's a couple of some sci-fi horror on there, if it counts, because I have a wide variety of subgenres I pick, particularly on every movie in general as well, in case you're wondering, because we're going to be showcasing some 80s horror that I have that were depicted in movies, TV shows. There's also some anime on there, if I'm not mistaken as well. So, without any further ado, which is right here and right now, and let's dive right into this. Here we go. The first one I have here on the movies on there, we're going into the 80s horror category on there, starting with the movies on there. The first one here I got is Reanimator, which is from H.P. Lovecraft. This is actually the 2-disc edition set from Anchor Bay Entertainment, because this has an audio commentary by director Stuart Gordon, and there's the audio commentary with producer Brian Usna, and the actors such as Bruce Abbott, Jeffrey Combs, Barbara Crampton, and Robert Sampson also in this audio commentary. Because this DVD, however, has like 2 different audio commentaries for this particular movie on there. Despite that this movie is being adapted from H.P. Lovecraft on there, this is the good primary example of how it's depicted on there. This comes with a chapter selection booklet on there, but if you look on the back side of this one, it looks like one of those like older movie posters on here, as from what I understand. This is what it looks like on the slipcover of this one as well, especially for what you find for a movie like Reanimator, which I didn't notice as well. Disc 1 only shows you the movie. Disc 2 only has the bonus materials that are on this DVD-based content as well. Because this DVD was part of the Anchor Bay collection as well, in case you're wondering. And another movie that I have on DVD as well, and this is the one that I have, which I recently have, which this also got a Blu-ray release under Kino Lorber, despite that the other Blu-ray release from Scream Factory is out of print, and that's New Year's Evil. There's no extras on this DVD, but it only shows you just the trailer. However, the Scream Factory release one only has like these extra feature ones, in case you're wondering as well, because I've already shown you before, like, because I've done videos like this a while back, in case you're wondering why as well. Anyways, another movie that I have here, which is the best example of what horror movies are, and these are the ones that are basically, that I want to showcase them to you, and this is basically considered to be my all-time favorite movies from director Stanley Kubrick, and that is The Shining. This is a good horror movie from Stanley Kubrick because I got this at a half-price books on Blu-ray because I was originally going to buy this on DVD, but apparently I chose to get this on Blu-ray because why not? Because I wanted to get this movie on Blu-ray because I think it's a better way, because despite though that Blu-rays have better qualities on there because it's presented in 1080p high definition quality, especially for a movie like The Shining I have here. Yeah, because this movie, in my opinion, it is way better than that crap-ass miniseries from 1997. I mean, stick with the classic from Stanley Kubrick, because this is the good example of what this movie is intended. I mean, Jack Nicholson did the best in the movie The Shining in this one. This time with an axe, because this is what you call it, a better adaptation. I mean, instead of that crap-ass mini-series from the 97 where they replaced the axe with the mallet, stick with the Stanley Kubrick classic, which has the axe in that one. Because, hey, I mean, this movie is considered to be my all-time favorite as well. Because I can't get enough of classics, that's why. And another one I have here on the DVD on here and the primary example of the 80s on there on DVD, which is every movies that are yeah, and also this movie is also based on the novel by Stephen King, by the way. And another Stephen King movie that I got here on DVD, which I have here, which was released in 1989, and that is Pet Sematary. I got this on Amazon back in like 2008 on here. Yeah, this movie's presented in by 16:9 widescreen format, especially for this movie, of how I wanted to come across for this one. There's no extras on this DVD. It's such a shame though. But this movie is directed by Mary Lambert in that one. And this is a 1999 Paramount Home Video release on there. Because I've done, if you want to check out my previous movie genres between 1989, 1990 in the past, on my previous video, check it out at your leisure at this point if you want to check it out. Because I've done a video like that a while back as well. And another one here I got is this one. On these Poltergeist movies on here. It's part of the franchise as well. This one I got is Poltergeist. This is the first movie that is directed by Steven Spielberg, Tobe Hooper, who recently worked on Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. But this is also produced by Steven Spielberg, who recently worked on Close Encounters of the Third Kind, as well as many of his famous movies that he's known for. Hey, this is basically the classic from '82 as well. The music was done by Jerry Goldsmith, who recently worked on Don Bluth's movie The Secret of Nim at the same time as this movie as well. This movie has got these documentaries into 2 parts on there. This movie also did got a Blu-ray release on here, in case you're wondering, if I'm not mistaken as well. And the next one here I got is the Poltergeist double feature movie, which only has Poltergeist 2 and the third one. But yeah, because Jerry Goldsmith only composed the music for the 2 Poltergeist movies. being the first one and Poltergeist 2 as well. Because that's the reason. However, Poltergeist 2 also did got a standalone DVD release, which from what I heard as well. Especially, there's also available in Region 2 on DVD. I might as well pick that up in Region 2 at this point. Or in Region 1, the standalone version. Because I think it's better if you can get to know for that. That'll get you going, though. And also, and you know, the original Poltergeist movie from the 80s is way better than that crap-ass 2015 remake movie. Because I cannot stand that 2015 remake. Stick with the original version from the 80s as well. In case you're wondering why as well. And another Stephen King movie from the 80s on here. And this is the one that I have on DVD, and that is Silver Bullet. This movie features Corey Haim, which is one of his famous role in this movie. This is before he got the role in The Lost Boys, which was 2 years later in 1987. Speaking of which, I might pick up The Lost Boys on Blu-ray at this point, because I've heard good things about The Lost Boys, which I'll get to that in just a moment. Yeah, the Silver Bullet, this is actually based on a novella called, the book by Stephen King called Cycle of the Werewolf. Yeah, especially if I can cover something about, under 8 on some horror movies, something about werewolves in that one. In case you're wondering why as well. And there's also a couple of sci-fi horror movies on there, which I was going to show you as well. And that is Aliens. This is a sequel to the Ridley Scott's Alien movie, which is the first one. And this is directed by James Cameron, who recently worked on Terminator 2, Judgment Day, and he also worked on Avatar in 2009. And there's executive producers including Walter Hill. Yeah, the story was done with the help of Walter Hill, who recently worked on The Warriors and 48 Hours as well. Yeah, this is a 1992 Fox Video release on there. There's also the Alien Quadrilogy collection available on DVD as well as on Blu-ray. I might as well pick that up on Blu-ray, or if you can get the standalone DVDs. Yeah, I might as well look them up, because it's better if you can own like those standalone DVDs, apparently. And another sci-fi horror movie I have on DVD that I found, and that is Predator. I don't have the cover for this, but I do have Predator on VHS from CBS Fox Video, which is right on my shelf as well, in case you're wondering. Disc 2 has some of the extras on there. Disc 1 just shows you the movie as well. Yeah, because... Yeah, in case you're wondering. Yeah, I found disc... Because when I was going through the DVDs on there, I think I found disc 1 to this movie, and I was very lucky enough to find it as well. That was my lucky day so far as well. So, for the thing here about the movies on there that I don't have, like, I wanted to get the other movies, like, part of the such as A Nightmare on Elm Street, because the 1984 movie, the one that stars Robert Englund, and it's also the first role from Johnny Depp before he was in Edward Scissorhands in that one. Because I wanted to check out because I have watched 4 out of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies on here. Like, I've watched Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Nightmare, Freddy's Revenge, and Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors, and Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. Yeah, I think I've seen 4 of them as well, in case you're wondering why. And I have some 80s horror on TV shows on here, especially the ones that are related to horror on there, especially from the mid 80s, and there's some in the late 80s as well. And I have here that I got under the TV shows, and that is Tales from the Dark Side. This is the complete first season on DVD. Yeah, this is particularly the CBS DVD release, which is made in conjunction with Paramount on there. This DVD on here has the reversible cover that has some of the episodes on every one of those as well. Yeah. Despite that, this is actually... Yeah, Tales from the Dark Side premiered on, like, October 29th, 1983, which is 2 days before Halloween. That's why. Yeah, in case you're wondering. Because there's some of the episode guides on there. All in a see-through DVD case on here. Like this. This is just like those Discotheque Media releases of anime and Yamato Video release of the anime Rocky Joe, which is in my anime collection, though. Tales from the Dark Side, however, this has an audio commentary by executive producer George A. Romero, who recently worked on Night of the Living Dead and the original Dawn of the Dead as well. In case you're wondering, well, I can take note on this. And another one here I got on DVD, and that is Tales from the Crypt, the complete 5th season on DVD. This is one of those season sets of Tales from the Crypt series on here. I mean, this basically how this has these DVD thin case ones. Yeah, this was originally shown on HBO back in the late 80s to the 90s as well. This is also the executive producers that worked on with Robert Zemeckis, who recently worked on The Polar Express. You have Richard Donner, who recently worked on Lady Hawk and the Superman movies on here. And he also, and same with Walter Hill, who recently worked on The Warriors, 48 Hours, and he recently worked with James Cameron in the movie Aliens as well. Here's the discs of Tales from the Crypt on DVD, in case you're wondering as well. Yeah. And also, this is how I wanted to come by for this one. There are some of the guest stars that were featured in Tales from the Crypt. Like, you got Lou Diamond Phillips, who recently worked in the movie La Bamba, and there's the episode People Who Live in the Brass Hearses that features Bill Paxton, who recently worked on the term Aliens, as well as many of his works, including that, and Brad Dourif, who recently worked on Child's Play on there. And this also featured the episode As Ye Sow, which also guest stars with Sam Waterston, who recently worked on Law and Order series. And Death of Some Salesman has Tim Curry, who recently worked in Rocky Horror Picture Show and Stephen King's It miniseries as well. Yeah, because I think this is in season 5 on this DVD. And despite that, this one also includes the virtual comic book Death of Some Salesman on the special features of Tales from the Crypt as well. And finally, we have Tales from the Crypt, the complete 6th season on DVD. Yeah, this is season 6, by the way, as well. And this movie has some guest stars, include Hank Azaria, who recently worked on Godzilla with Matthew Broderick, which is directed by Roland Emmerich as well. as a guest star on there. And that's specifically actors that are in this movie, or episodes actually. Yeah, there's a lot that they were guest starred on these as well, which I didn't note about this as well. Yeah, I never knew about this. And the episode Let the Punishment Fit the Crime. This guest stars Catherine O'Hara, who recently was on Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2 Lost in New York as a guest star in that one. And The Bride, which guest stars Benicio del Toro in that one as well. And Revenge is the Nuts, that guest stars Anthony Zerba, who recently worked in The Omega Man and Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park also as well. Which I didn't know about this. Pretty interesting fact on that one. And The Assassin, that also guest stars Corey Feldman in that one. Which, this is basically how I wanted to come by if they were to know for this. Yeah. Because that's how I wanted to come by on these guest stars on these episodes of Tales from the Crypt as well. Yeah, Tales from the Crypt, however, also did got these season ones. Yeah, this only lasted about 7 seasons of Tales from the Crypt, but it also had a lot to do for this one as well. In case you're wondering, from what I think about it as well. And finally, to the anime on the 80s horror anime. If you ever been an 80s anime fan, I have here is Vampire Hunter D. This is the Blu-ray release on here, because this is the one that has the new English dub from Sentai Filmworks on here. I mean, this is also available on DVD from Sentai as well. But I had to get this on Blu-ray because I thought this is a good, proper upgrade to the Blu-ray as well. Because you can't go wrong with upgrading to Blu-rays. Well, you know what I mean, particularly. And at this point, though, is that this basically how it's digitally remastered in high definition. This includes the Japanese trailer to Vampire Hunter D on there. Although I do have Vampire Hunter D on VHS, which is right here in my anime collection on here. This has come by for that as well. Yeah. And this was directed by Toyo Ashida, who recently worked on Fist of the North Star, the series, and well, this came out around the same time as Fist of the North Star TV series was airing in Japan at the time. And D from Vampire Hunter D made a cameo in the Fist of the North Star, the 1986 anime movie. In case you're wondering, for any fans would know about this one as well. Although Vampire Hunter D was also released on DVD by Urban Vision Entertainment, which I think that's the only version that has the old English dub from Streamline Pictures, which is the version I have was on VHS right there. Yeah, because I wanted to come by for every English dub of the anime on there. There's also the other 80s horror anime I wanted to get that I don't have, that I wanted to get, such as Wicked City, which is basically the good primary example of 80s horror anime as well. Sorry about that. I was coughing. There's also another sci-fi horror anime I wanted to check out that I don't have on DVD or Blu-ray from Discotheque Media. I'm going to get is Lily Cat. Lily Cat, the 1987 anime OVA, which is basically a take heavily influence on John Carpenter's The Thing and Ridley Scott's classic sci-fi horror movie Alien as well. It's just basically the inspiration that when those Japanese animators made, when they made Lily Cat, when they got the idea as well. Speaking of sci-fi horror, I really want to get The Thing, which is the movie directed by John Carpenter, in that one, which I think that's the big one for the sci-fi horror movies on there, particularly. if you ever been watching some sci-fi horror, and they're particularly in general, as how I want to come by for that as well. In case you're wondering, for when I learn over the facts as well. In case you're wondering as well. So that's going to be it for my 80s horror category in movies, TV shows, and also some anime on there as well. In case you're wondering why I had to do this as well. For today, guys, thank you for watching, but before we go, here's what I'm going to say for this video as well. I wanted to do this video here because Halloween is in 2 weeks coming up, particularly. Because there is also these movies that came out in between 1991 and 92, but we're going to be taking a look at that next time, like maybe after Halloween as well. In case you're wondering why I had to do this as well. Because I wanted to do this video because I have a feeling Halloween is in 2 weeks coming up, that's why. Hope subscribe for content. My Anime Planet link in the description down below. You can share this video on your Twitter, Facebook account, and all the social media. Smack the like button if you enjoy this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to check out my Anime Planet, the link will be in the description down below, because I have a huge backlog of manga and anime on my Anime Planet account as well. In case you're wondering why I had to do this, particularly of how I got these links. If you want to check out my Patreon link will be in the description down below. As the same goes with my Anime Planet account, link will be in the description down below also. And if you want to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, let me know as well. And also be sure to click on the subscribe button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, RoniK95. Feel free to join my channel, especially if you're new to my channel as a newcomer. Smack the notifications bell button. Be sure to get notified also as well for more latest updates on here. And that's all I got for today, though. This is so differently questionable, though, because I wanted to do this video like that as well. Because I have a feeling, though, Halloween is coming up in 2 weeks as well. Yep. That is why I wanted to do this one, particularly in general as well. This is RoniK95 saying thank you for watching my video. I'm glad you liked it. Hope you enjoy it. Hope to see you soon for the next video. Hope you have a great day. This is RoniK95 signing off. Thank you for watching my video, and I will see you soon for more videos. Take care. Bye.